Hey everyone, welcome back to Six Wins. This is Matt, and that's Chris. And we're not going to do one of our bracket videos today. We're in the middle of doing our best TV show bracket right now. And one show that's on there, still in right now, as of recording this, is Saturday Night Live.
It's Saturday Night Live!
Top 6 Saturday Night Live cast members. Number 6, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, to me, was one of the few that can cross all comedy stages. Like, he started stand-up.
I would like to talk to you about some of the things that you do in your show.
Raw and Delirious, two of my favorite stand-up specials of all time.
And Richard said, the next time motherfucker call, tell him I said suck my dick.
And then one honorable mention appearance that he made is very early in his career, and he did Late Night with Johnny Carson.
It's still a risky business to be the first black president. You know, you have to give speeches like this. My fellow Americans, as the president I feel, we the people.
And for those 5-10 minutes, you would have thought it was the Eddie Murphy show. I think he should have won an Oscar for The Nutty Professor.
And my lunch blew up the 27th floor.
I figure your old fat ass, I remember something about a sandwich flying off a building.
It's really the only time I've seen someone create a family dynamic of like emotional characters, like all these distinct characters by themselves. So Eddie Murphy, number 6.
Eddie Murphy, number 6. After all that, number 6. We've got 5 more to go to. All right, well, hit us up with the next one then.
So my 5th favorite Saturday Night Live cast member of all time, Norm Macdonald. We'll eventually do a bracket of the funniest people of all time. For me, Norm's gonna be like a top 3 seed. But my favorite Norm was just like off the cuff Norm. So like when he would go on Conan, he would just kill.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Probably my favorite Norm Macdonald moment of all time is when he went to the Bob Saget roast and he bombed on purpose. Have you seen this?
I've seen it, yeah.
Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one, a well. Apparently they want to murder you in a well. It says here on this card.
And so he went on, he basically roasted the roast, and it was awesome.
Before we move on, but have you ever seen the movie Screwed,
Yeah.
starring Norm Macdonald and Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a personal favorite of mine.
I love Screwed.
It's Dave Chappelle, right? Am I making-
Yeah, it was Norm, Dave Chappelle, and they actually got Danny DeVito as a cameo. One of the funniest scenes of all time where he's like showing them all the things he finds in dead bodies. He's like, look, it's a comb, and he starts like, combing his hair.
Yeah, yep.
So
You can remember that. Yep, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're moving on. We've had Eddie Murphy, number 6, Norm Macdonald, number 5. Chris is moving on to number 4 for his favorite SNL cast member.
My 4th favorite Saturday Night Live cast member of all time, Bill Hader. You want to talk about impressions? He does some of the most obscure impressions.
What is Jeff and Peter? That's his hair and makeup guys.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know, I'll find them. And he goes, find them, show me your leadership capabilities.
Bill Hader actually helped write the Fish Sticks episode, which is my favorite South Park episode.
Who's the one person in the world who won't have a sense of humor? And then unison, we were like, Kanye West.
Bill Hader breaking character on Saturday Night Live.
Needless to say, this place has everything. Skunks, K-fobs, Cookie Crisp, Dan Cortez.
Doing the Stefan bit, those bits that John Mulaney would write for him, and he wouldn't know what he was saying until on the spot.
Yeah. For Stefan, he ended up like working it into like a character trait of Stefan. I think when he started breaking it, started just becoming like, you know, this thing that, I mean, we all knew it was his character breaking, but it became a Stefan movement that he could build into the character. I'm sure there are times he did it when he maybe wasn't breaking actually, and just it became a character trait, and it was something that, you know. But oh my god, yeah, if I ever need, like, there are a few things that when I need a good laugh, I go look up online. Some Key and Peele sketches, Always Sunny, or The League bloopers. I'm a big fan of The League. It's really funny. And like Stefan. And then Bill Hader just cracking during Stefan. And the things that John Mulaney wrote and the lines that he says. are incredible.
It's always that thing of when. That phrase right there. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's that thing of when midgets roll on a skateboard.
I was trying to think of that one too. That one's so good.
It's always
I lose it. Oh my god.
Who's gonna be there? Spud Webb.
And Seth Meyers has to play the straight man and does it so well there. That duo is so good.
Yeah, he really does.
Bill Hader's a good choice there. All right, well, we're halfway through.
So
we've got your top 3. Here we go.
Here we go. Top 3. My third favorite Saturday Night Live cast member of all time, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell came on for me when a time where it wasn't so cool to be a Saturday Night Live fan anymore. So a lot of the classic 90s cast members, your Farley, your Spade, your Sandler, your Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, they have all kind of phased out. So there's this new crop, and Will Ferrell dominated Saturday Night Live for years. When he commits to a character, he commits like fully.
If you don't get off the shed in 2 seconds, I'm gonna shove this spatula into orifices you didn't know you had.
Do you have a favorite Will Ferrell movie? And do you have a favorite like Will Ferrell sketch? Because he has some of the most memorable sketches that like almost everybody knows, even if you were an older SNL fan or a newer one. Like I think everybody knows a Will Ferrell because he did become so popular for movies too.
Yeah, I would go. I think his Harry Carey. Hi.
I'm confused.
It's a simple question, Doctor. Would you eat the moon if it were made of ribs?
Jeff Goldblum is a really odd guy, and he seems, I don't know if it was an act, but he seems bewildered. He seems so thrown off by how, like, I think improv Ferrell was going for some of the things he was saying, like, would you eat the moon if it was made of spare ribs, and things like that. And Jeff Goldblum was like, what? We didn't do any of this in dress rehearsal.
Right. Would you eat the moon if it rained ribs? And then my favorite Will Ferrell movie, I don't know how popular of an opinion it is, this movie made me laugh harder than any other Will Ferrell movie in theaters. Anchorman.
Oh.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums, getting all swollen, with a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for the picking. My wife says, no, Gabriel, leave. I say, no, let the boy watch.
All right, here we go. Last 2.
Okay. My second favorite Saturday Night Live cast member of all time, Adam Sandler. You want to talk about a jack of all trades. Stand-up. Super good stand-up. Usually has some sort of musical act within the stand-up. Personal favorite Sandler movie, going back to what I think is his heyday, Happy Gilmore. Love Airheads too, but then he had, you know, Wedding Singer, Waterboy, and I even like The Longest Yard.
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky. Yeah, kind of polarizing. You either love
that
it or
one,
hate it,
yeah.
But yeah, Sam.
He was a one-man party. You know I'm talking about my friend Chris Farley.
Are you ready? No more further ados. Is it time for the number 1?
It's time for the number 1.
All right, well, here we go.
My number 1 favorite Saturday Night Live cast member of all time, Chris Farley.
Oh, they're going to say Chris Khalifa.
No, I never made it. I got bombed on the audition. He crushed SNL. And my number 2, Adam Sandler, would say himself, Chris Farley is the funniest person I've ever met. And the Lunch Lady sketch.
Well, yesterday's meatloaf is today's sloppy joes. Oh, hoagies and grinders, navy beans, navy beans, navy beans, navy beans.
And Sandler did such a good job of like laughing, but then holding it together. And then Matt Foley.
Dad, I wish you could just shut your big yapper. Now you kids are probably asking yourselves, hey Matt, how can we get back on the right track?
Then he also had 4 of my favorite comedies of all time. Every comedy, to me, that Chris Farley starred in, banger. Tommy Boy, possibly and probably my favorite comedy of all time. Black Sheep, other people call it Tommy Boy 2. Just as good. Beverly Hills Ninja, underrated. And then his last starring role was in a movie called Almost Heroes. Not many people have seen this movie, but it has one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's him and Matthew Perry.
This is the uppercase A.
Ah, the uppercase A.
And this is the lowercase a.
The lower case A.
It's like way too much information to learn, but all that being said, Chris Farley, my number one SNL cast member of all time.
Awesome. Well, there you go. We got to hear Chris's top 6 SNL cast members. Do you agree? Do you play music? Did you hear that? I don't know. Do you agree with Chris's top 6? Do you have your own top 6? Let us know your top 6 in the comment. Maybe you'll get to hear my top 6. It's terrible. You probably won't. But Chris, thank you for your top 6 SNL cast members. Stick around for more of our bracket breakdown and more top 6